Never before in the history of the world have humans been exposed to such a magnitude of chemicals, toxins, and pollution. And they are having devastating effects on our health. In this presentation, we are going to look at how this toxicity can impact our health and keep us from experiencing the vitality we so desire, and a 21-day approach to help bring you back to a more youthful level of this health and vitality. Some of it we can see, some of it we can't see. Air pollution's at an all-time high. Water pollution fouls our beaches, rivers, and streams. This is what was reported in 1989 according to the EPA. This is just the top 100 chemicals out of over 100,000, and just in the U.S. 550 million pounds of industrial chemicals were dumped into public sewage. 1 billion pounds of chemicals were released into the ground. 188 million pounds of chemicals were just dumped into rivers and lakes. Almost 2.5 trillion pounds of air emissions. This is a total of almost 6 trillion pounds of chemicals dumped in the U.S. in 1 year. Never before in the history of the world have we been exposed to these kind of toxins. Toxins can now be found all over the earth, even sadly in the ice of the North and South Pole. In fact, interestingly too, polar bears are dying from eating seals that are in essence becoming a storage site for toxins. Remember, toxins store in the fat. In addition to this, watch this news clip about the Inuit people in Greenland, how their bodies now are becoming so toxic that their tissues can be classified as hazardous waste.
Arctic natives are suffering from toxic industrial chemicals carried north by wind, ocean, and river currents, which are polluting the traditional food of native Arctic peoples in Greenland and Canada. The pollutants, including PCBs and up to 200 other hazardous compounds, are first consumed by zooplankton, then travel up the food chain to the ocean-dwelling and then land mammals. Concentrations of chemicals and pesticides in the bodies of Greenland's Inuit people are so high that their tissues can be classified as hazardous waste.
Chemicals really are all around us. They're in paints, cleaners, solvents, dry cleaning. It's important to recognize this and to cut back our exposure as much as possible. Here are a couple of alternatives to some of the chemicals you might be currently using in your home. Orange Guard, natural orange peel in water. It repels bugs. They do not want to come into your home. I've used it for over 2 years in my house with excellent results. You can also go to www.dirtdoctor.com with Howard Garrett, and you'll find an amazing array of natural alternatives to a lot of the fertilizers and chemicals people use around their home. Now, regarding inside your home, go to a health food store close to you that carries natural cleaning products. Investigate these and start making the change as soon as possible. Remember, we want two things: cut back your exposure and build your body's ability to clear these chemicals so they do not try to store and cause tissue damage. On the back of your toxicity questionnaire is a risk of exposure questionnaire, and I encourage you to fill this out and see where you can start to make changes in your life to cut back on this toxic exposure. Another area that we need to discuss is that we are in serious dietary trouble in America. Our lifestyle, pasteurization of milk, bleaching of grains and wheat, our artificial or fake sugars, fake altered oils, trans fats, hydrogenated fats, artificial colors and additives are all laying waste to our health. Soft drinks. Well, one of the active ingredients in soft drinks is phosphoric acid. It's a very acid pH, and it leaches minerals out of your teeth and your bone and your connective tissue. And it has to do that to alkalize that very acid state. But there are worse things about Coke even than the acid. Did you know that just 75 grams of glucose can knock your immune system down by 50%? And it takes 5 hours for that to come back to normal. This principle applies to more than colas. It applies to any food that is high in just pure glucose. Well, you might be surprised at the level of sugar your diet contains. Let's look at a video demonstration.
What I'm going to show you is that your body turns carbohydrate food into sugar. Let's start with a typical breakfast of cereal, toast, orange juice, and a banana. Cereal has about 1/4 cup of sugar. Toast has about 1/4 cup of sugar. Orange juice has about 1/4 cup of sugar. Banana has about 1/8 cup of sugar, and that's just breakfast. Let's say around 10 a.m. you get hungry, so you have a snack. Let's say you have a fruit on the bottom yogurt. This fruit on the bottom, low-fat yogurt, has a whopping 1/4 cup of sugar. And for lunch, let's say you're watching your weight, so you have a skinned chicken breast, baked potato, and some bread. There is no sugar in the chicken, but the potato has a heaping 1/4 cup of sugar in it. And the bread also has a 1/4 cup of sugar in it. So now 3 o'clock rolls around and you're feeling a bit tired, so you have a few pieces of candy and a soda pop. The candy is about 1/4 cup of, you got it right, sugar. And the soda is about 1/4 cup of sugar as well. Now for dinner, you're a good low-fat dieter and you're really trying to do the right thing, so all you eat is pasta. Pasta, bread, and a soda. In the pasta again is about 1/4 cup of sugar. The bread, another 1/4 cup. And the soda, about 1/4 cup of sugar. Now are you getting the picture? Look at all this sugar in the foods you're eating. Incredible, isn't it? Keep in mind now that these spikes of sugar demand a spike in insulin to push all this sugar out of your bloodstream. Now that's just one day's worth. Multiply that by 365 days, and then by how old you are, and you should be getting the picture of why most of us have had such a hard time losing weight, and why many of us suffer from such a variety of health ailments.
Isn't that incredible? In this 21-day program, we're going to start with detoxifying a lot of this out of our lifestyle or diet, out of our bodies, the fat cells, and connective tissue. And we're going to put back in some of those fruits and vegetables that are missing in our diet that help us to start to detoxify on a daily basis more effectively, even after the detoxification program. Let's take a look at the organs of detoxification: the lungs, lymphatic, skin, blood, thyroid, colon, kidneys, and liver. All of these organs require specific vitamins, minerals, and enzymes to be able to efficiently mobilize these toxins or pollution out of the body and onto the skin, where you can sweat them out or breathe them out through the lungs or urinate them away or defecate them away into the stool. A good detoxification program focuses on rebuilding organ vitality and function for the future so that you now are able to clear toxins at a more efficient rate. A good detoxification program also focuses on sealing up or repairing a damaged gut, what we call leaky gut. Let's take a look. Here is a good example of a good, strong, healthy gut with very, very tight colon cells. We call those colonocytes. The average distance there is about 1 to 3 microns. To put that in perspective, a red blood cell is about 7 to 8 microns in width. Now take a look at what we call leaky gut. These colon cells go from 1 to 3 microns in distance to 2 to 300 microns. So you can imagine the debris that leaks through, causing all sorts of immune reactions. There are many well-known conditions that are scientifically documented to be connected to this very condition called leaky gut. Autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, a lot of your food allergies, in fact over 80–90% of your food allergies are simply leaky gut. And of course, it's a major source of toxicity. What things lead to this leaky gut? Drinking too much coffee, too much alcohol, too much sugar, not enough fruits and vegetables, especially organically grown. Chronic use of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen, Advil, have been shown in scientific literature to be connected and causing a leaky gut. Now, the liver plays a primary role in removing toxins or poisons from your body. To help you understand what liver detoxification is like, the simple analogy of the oil filter in the engine of your car seems to work really well. If this filter is not changed regularly, what happens? It becomes dirty, starts becoming blocked, starts to cause all sorts of malfunction, and eventually engine breakdown. In essence, this is what happens in the body. If your liver is not supported to constantly remove these toxins from your bloodstream, it can lead to a variety of symptoms, oftentimes not even identified as being related to each other, let alone related to toxicity. What helps to change the oil filter or to help this liver filter better? Well, the very whole food products included in the 21-day purification program by Standard Process, and the dietary choices that you are now going to make. Well, it's time. Let's begin your 21-day purification program. Hippocrates once said, "The natural force within each one of us is the greatest force in getting well." That is so true. This 21-day purification program is just such an opportunity. By completely dedicating yourself and following all of the guidelines of your recommended program, you are reaching out to tap into this powerful healing force within each one of us. In your mind's eye, see yourself making it faithfully all 21 days and feeling better than you have in years. Once this is firmly set and you're committed mentally, your body will follow very simply. What should you expect in the first few days of your program? 1. Frequency of urination may increase as the body is flushing poisons out of your system. This is natural as the body starts to burn fat and normal insulin levels drop. This will level out after a few days. You'll also likely notice increased bowel movements. Again, this is a normal response to increased clearing of poisons. In some instances, some people will experience a throbbing sensation in the head, generalized aches, itchy skin, or even a little fatigue. Now bear in mind, these are just a normal response to clearing away poisons or toxicity in your system. And generally, these symptoms pass quickly, and once they do, you should start to feel better than you felt in many years. After these first few days of not feeling 100%, you should start to feel better than you have in a long time. Patients report changes in the following areas: headaches, fatigue, allergies, joint and muscle pain, edema, or that puffiness around the eyes, or even holding onto water throughout the body, anxiety, depression, and stress, hormonal instability, skin rashes and acne, sleep problems, and yes, even weight gain. It's amazing to me to see how forgiving the human body is. Even after years of abuse, I am blown away to see a very common experience where people 21 days later have 60 to 70% of those symptoms removed. Please fill this toxicity questionnaire out both before and after. Now put your name, put the date on it, and just go through each of those sections, total them up, and then put your grand total on the front. Remember, the back side is toxic exposure risk, so keep that score too. But we are primarily interested in this front score, and this is where it gets real exciting at the end of the program to see scores drop 60, 70, 80, 90% sometimes, and very important, so don't miss out on that opportunity.
I've been coming to Dr. Ash for a while now, and I just did the 21-day purification program. Before I had done the program, I was having a lot of stomach problems, a lot of joint pain, moodiness, a lot of just feeling very lethargic and not having a lot of energy. And I did the 21-day cleanse, and it's amazing. My joints don't hurt like they did. My allergies are gone. I thought it was things here in Central Texas that were bothering me. Apparently it was everything that I was eating. It's been really incredible. I have lost 10 pounds. 9 of those are inches. So it's really incredible how much I've lost on that. And I really have been feeling a lot better and not had nearly as many stomach issues as I had before, and just feeling so energetic and much more relaxed and not feeling so moody as I had before.
Hi, I'm Carrie Roy, and I just finished the detox program, the standard processing detox, and I just wanted to share a little bit about what I felt before I started this. I had anxiety, I had a lot of, seemed like I was stressed a lot and very overwhelmed and had a hard time managing that. I had a hard time sleeping at night. I would eat and immediately feel very bloated and just yucky. And I would also have a lot of just gas and digestive problems. And after the detox, I fell asleep much easier. I slept through the night, which was amazing. That just right there will make you feel great. A lot of my stress and anxiety just went away. In fact, I just felt like I had an inner peace and calm that was just restored to me, that helped carry me through my days, which felt amazing. It feels amazing. And I also noticed weight loss after I completed the detox, and stomach issues that have totally gone away. I don't have the bloating and the gas anymore, and just feel great after I eat. I don't feel sick and gross. I have a lot more energy, I don't feel as fatigued. I'm not wiped out by 3. I can keep going, and that is huge for me. It's huge for my family. And so I really just highly recommend this detox to anyone who has experienced these problems that I talked about, that I had beforehand, and to anyone who has other problems that I may not have mentioned, but just anything that's been there for a while and that you just really want to deal with. This is just a great program, and it's just been life-changing for me.